Without a positive self-concept, forget about satisfaction. You should know that you are someone that deserves to be loved and someone that can make positive change in any environment that they're in, period. And if you don't, well, you're probably not going to end up actualizing your potential in your life, in your work, in your relationships. Positive self-concept is super important for success in general. You need to believe in yourself. You need to love yourself. And you need to give yourself that consistently. I've seen so many times people that are depressed about their weight, about their performance in a system, and it shows in everything that they do. It shows in the ways that they talk about the things that they're passionate about. It shows in the way that they carry themselves, just their posture, right? And I always think to myself, when this person leaves this environment of work, what do they go and think about at home when they're stressed out? Who are the people that they go and talk to and look for relief in? These are essential components of self-concept, a positive self-concept. You need to affirm yourself. You need to remember as often as you can the things that are great in your life, the things that have given you advantages, and the love that you're receiving. And a lot of the time, we're not actually even all that aware of the love that we receive or the impact that we have. It's by virtue of being so stuck in our own heads. So I encourage you to take some time, and you might be thinking to yourself, oh man, I don't really have this thing, or maybe I do have this thing, and what can this video offer me? I'm here to show you that there are some really simple strategies in terms of building up that self-concept, that character that's going to allow you to actually be a force to be reckoned with in your society. One of the first things that I always tell people is you got to know what your goals are, right? You have to understand that you only have so much time on this planet. You only have so many days, so many hours, and us not using those hours in the ways that we know deep down that we need to use them essentially destroys our confidence just to begin with, and the concept of self, because we have to live with the reality that we didn't do the things that day or that hour that we knew we could have done. And this is something that I wrestled with for a lot of years because, frankly, I didn't really have too much of a guide, right? I didn't go out of my way to look for mentors or people in social media or in my life that were doing the things that I wanted to do because they were hard to find. I love creating things, right? I like improving systems and offering solutions, and it's very hard to find people that are interested in those types of things. So naturally, I went into kind of isolation. I ended up not really making the friends that could uplift me in that capacity at that time. This was in college and part of my high school, middle school experience. And this basically led me to believe that I was resigned to the reality that the rest of society was resigned in, even though I knew I had an innate ability to communicate with people and make them feel like I care about them, which is super important in terms of leadership, right? Like, you need to have that connection with every person that you talk to. Otherwise, you don't know what you're missing out on. So over the years, I struggled a lot to figure out how to use my time. And I finally got to a place in the last year where I know that if I do certain things every day, that I can go to sleep in peace and wake up in the morning and have a positive self-concept. So a big part of establishing that in yourself is setting some goals in mind. And they don't have to be the goals that were chosen by your parents or your friends or your society. And they need to be the goals that you were passionate about when you were younger. The things that you remember losing yourself in when you were younger. Those are the things that you should be doing, because those are probably the things that you're best at, just subconsciously and naturally, right? So One of the first things for positive self-concept is establishing, probably, one of my friends says, a big, hairy, audacious goal. A goal that will take your entire lifetime to accomplish. And that way, you can say to yourself, yeah, I do need every day. I do need the hours of my day. And when I utilize them in a way that fulfills this kind of larger goal, I can go to sleep in peace. I can have conversations with people about the things that I'm passionate about, and probably end up surrounding yourself with energy that makes you feel good about the things that you're doing, which is huge. And that actually goes into my second thing. A positive self-concept also comes down to having people around you that genuinely love you. And this could be family, this could be friends, this could be strangers, people in your workplace, right? And it does come down to you being an authentic version of yourself and actually also caring about these people. The catch-22 about having love is you need to give love. How do you give love if in your own life you are not doing the things that you would expect someone that loves you to do for you, right? You got at some point to realize whatever you want in this life, you got to do it yourself. Right? You got to take the action and you got to take the steps to set yourself up on that train to wherever the hell you're going. But people are super important. Some of the most successful people that I follow, that I care about, that I want to be like, have tremendous communities of people that love them, right? People that really care about their success and people that really care about their mental state. Now, as you carry on, I'm sure it's going to be less and less as you get more and more successful. But the idea from birth is that your community helps form that positive self-concept. If you are in a community that brings people down, that bullies people, that always is trying to do the one step up thing, tit for tat, that's the emotionality that you'll grow up with. And that's the emotionality that you'll carry into the world and assume that most people also have. So the second step of forming a positive self-concept is surrounding yourself with positive people. People that uplift you, people that care about your emotional state. And all the extraneous stuff, all the money, the job, the achievements. One of my mentors said that people are like ice cubes, okay? The achievements are the water that comes off the ice cube, the melt. But the core of them, the solid ice, that stuff never changes. That stuff is in you. That to me is character, your self-concept, positive self-concept, the things that you do when essentially no one is looking, and no one even cares about, but you care about them. You care, then that's what makes them powerful. The third thing, all right, so we got two. We got goals, and we got people that love us. Now the third thing is being able to affirm yourself, which is the hardest thing because you live with yourself. You know what you did and what you didn't do. And your affirmation of yourself at the end of the day is the most important part of forming a self-concept, because you can be in any environment, you could be in any situation, and the reality is you should be able to have that inner strength to push through and smile, right? And smile and say to yourself, yes, I'm moving on a path. Fine, it was a stressful day, but I know tomorrow I'll keep moving on that path, despite my obstacles, despite whatever I need to get better at. Right? There's I use transcendental meditation to get that, because it shows me that there's something larger out there that connects everything. Transcendental meditation, for those that don't know, is essentially going out into nature and spending some time there and just letting your thoughts kind of roll through your head and just enjoying the process of exploring, this kind of sense of play that we have when we're younger. That self-love, That self-love and that knowledge that you can do whatever the hell that you want to do in your life despite the circumstances that are around you, that will propel the other two, right? And how you do that? Think about the people that love you. Think about the things that you've accomplished. Think about your strengths, right? Think about your weaknesses and be okay with them. And say to yourself that, fine, maybe I don't have this thing today, but I will have it later. Speak it into existence. Love yourself. You're a beautiful person. There is no one else like you, I promise you. I ain't met anyone like you. At the end of the day, we're here together, right? Us as humans, we're here together. So, go actualize your potentials, my friend. And check this video out. It may help you on this road. Take care of yourself.